on the line here. We're going to see. Hello?
This is Tony Williams.
Hey, what's going on, man? How's everything?
All's well. How's it going, man?
Great, man. It's great to have you here, man. Great to talk to you. So for everybody that's not exactly familiar with your work, give us a little background on you and and basically where you came from.
Where I came from, I just kind of stumbled onto the scene. For the last 5 years, I've been touring with my man, Kanye, and, co-writing.
Okay. Some people might know.
Co-producing in the studio. I appeared on the last 4 records, albums, and, I've just been trying to make my way through this.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. So so your style is very unique from what I hear in your music. Like, you don't have you don't sound like Neo. You don't sound like,
right.
Nobody else is. How did you develop, your unique style?
Yeah. Well, what I want to bring to music is, I'm kind of like a bridge to the throwback, the stuff that, that really inspired, even the Kanye, the soul samples. This is stuff that's inspiring music today is the masters, 60s, 70s soul. And so, I was kind of like a bridge. So I actually experienced that music era hands-on. So I think people, it's not that it's all that unique. It's a unique niche in today's market. Okay. But, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I think the thing about it is I think that I've been able to develop a fan base and people have been able to embrace and wrap their minds around what I'm doing vocally because, people have a respect for, the old stuff, what we call that real stuff and that pure, that soul singer sound, and instead of looking for somebody that is reinterpreting that, I think they feel the authenticity in what I'm doing, and I think they embrace it for that reason. So, it's nothing new. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I was inspired by legends and masters like Otis Redding, Al Green, Bill Withers, and I think because I experienced that era hands-on, it's like a bridge between that era and today's era. And so people feel it as authentic, and so I think that's why people are able to feel what I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of artists, they come out, and what they try to do is they try to copy what's out in order to make a name for themselves. Right. And you're taking a chance of doing something that you want to do. You sound like you're doing the music that you want to do.
Man, you articulated that very well. I do feel like I'm really stepping out on a limb by keeping it real. But there's if you kept up with Chappelle, when keeping it real goes wrong. But no, I have been trying to keep it real and stay pure to what I am, and I do feel like I'm taking a chance by presenting music in it like that, and that's why, and that's the reason it feels so rewarding when fans like yourself are accepting of what I'm doing. I really appreciate it for all the fans out there that's just really feeling Tony Williams these days.
Yeah, definitely. We I like an artist that takes a chance because I don't like to turn on the radio and hear everybody sounding exactly the same. To me, that's kind of dull and boring.
Exactly.
So we understand that you're involved with a lot of charity work and stuff like that. So maybe give us tell us a little bit about that.
I have been. I'm actually just launching my actual own foundation. We're putting that together right now, and so. But but I have been involved with up until this point. A lot of work with Kanye's foundation, Loop Dreams. Okay. Which puts music production curriculum in schools as an incentive to keep kids in school. Okay. And so actually I just left Honolulu, and I just did some work with a group out there, the African American Cultural Diversity Center, which is, that's the home of Barack.
Okay.
And so I've been doing some work with that. I'm really excited about working with that foundation right now. It's just bringing cultural awareness. Until Barack, I think most people didn't know that there was any black people in the state of Hawaii. But,
Wow.
So I am very interested in getting my career off the ground to that level that I could be more helpful in charities and be more philanthropic and things of that matter is something that I'm really interested in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The foundation that you just mentioned is one of Barack family members running it, or something?
His sister is one of the spearheads of that, and so it's just been a really cool thing to kind of partner up with them, and it was really cool meeting those people, meeting them. I just did a performance, had an event that was in conjunction with the Pro Bowl this weekend, in which I performed, and so I did some things and did some networking, and that was one of the groups that group was actually the group that hosted and brought me out there to do the event. So it was really rewarding. It was a really rewarding experience.
So you actually had a chance to meet Barack Obama and
no. No, actually, but I did do a couple of shows for the inauguration. And for those that didn't know, I got the song out with Jay-Z, first single off Blueprint 3 by the name of History, which basically is kind of like a Barack Obama tribute kind of in a way. We did perform it on ABC at the Neighborhood Ball, in which the president and his lovely wife Michelle were in attendance. And so that was an amazing thing. But as far as, and that was actually enough. I didn't need to shake his hand, and it was enough just to be in the room. It was an amazing experience.
Wow. So what was it like being on stage with Jay-Z, one of the hottest hip-hop artists in the world, and then performing for one of the most important people in the world? What was that like being there?
Well, I'm going to take it that was amazing. Like I said, it was such an electric. The room was just so electric. The fact that they were in there, I witnessed him and Michelle have their dance when Beyonce, serenaded them with the song. But it was just an amazing thing. But I'm gonna take the whole event a step further, and for this reason, I think I may go down in the annals of history of hip hop. I did the joint with Jay-Z. And got off stage, jumped in a police car, escorted through the streets of D.C. to another venue, jumped out, changed clothes, and ran up on stage and performed with Kanye, which was on MTV. And Michelle and Barack had actually showed up at that event, too. So I was like really baller status for that night.
Well, definitely.
That's like really baller status, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
That's like ballerific, if I say so myself.
Wow. So, how did you end up in that spot? Are you actually Kanye's artist? Are you signed with Good Music?
I'm sorry. I had a little feedback there.
Are you actually signed with Kanye West? Are you his one of his artists?
Well, yeah, I am signed to Good Music label. I am his background vocalist, so I do tour. I've been his background vocalist live for the last 4.5, almost 5 years, I guess, like 4.5 years. And I am signed to his label as well.
Oh, okay. So, do you give you any lead date or anything like when your album is coming out?
First single should be dropping next week, and then the album is slated for release late March. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So it's an album. I'm really proud of the project. Can't wait for the people to get to hear it.
Definitely. You have some really fantastic people behind you, so it's not going to be a problem for the people to hear your music, man. They're going to just accept that, because when you have Kanye West and Jay-Z and people like that behind you, it's kind of a blessing.
I feel blessed. I feel really blessed and fortunate.
Definitely. So you're currently touring right now with Kanye West, or?
Well, we're in between tours, actually. We just got off an international tour in December, and we're just kind of playing around, and we have shows here and there. We don't have another major tour until this summer, so we're in between tours. I spent the time to actually wrap up my project, which I recently wrapped up. Like I said, the first single should be available. It's going to be released onto next week. So. Yeah, that's how I've been spending my time since tour ended.
Okay, all right, that sounds fantastic. So, we know that it's Black History Month, and I know that you have a family member in your was a activist of some sort? Or maybe you could tell us about that a little bit.
Oh, well, that was that was our family. That was spearheaded by my grandfather.